Ladies and gentlemen, start your engines. The ride show is a go. Welcome to the Ride Show. It's our continuing coverage of Mudfest. We have come out into a field in the northwest of North America to test drive some of the best SUVs that are available. We're going to put them through on-road trials, through off-road trials, and talk to the manufacturers about why their vehicles are competing in this group. Let's see which are the best CUVs and SUVs available in North America, and find out what you should be shopping when you're looking for a CUV or an SUV. The all-new Kia Sorento is one of the vehicles released in the last couple of years from Kia, and this is their volume seller. It's their #1 seller in the United States, and there's good reasons why. One of those, it comes with 3-row seating. It's also a capable vehicle on-road and off-road. If your impression of Kia is that it's only a bargain brand, you need to take another look. Kia has brought its compact Sorento crossover up to premium vehicle standards for luxury and driving experience. But they've kept the bargain price tag. The 2011 Kia Sorento starts at $22,000 for a 2.4-litre engine and 6-speed automatic transmission with 2-wheel drive. The basic Sorento also includes standard air conditioning and a nice stereo. So if you live in the Sun Belt, this could be a good choice for you. Moving up the price range, you can have a Sorento with full-time all-wheel drive and a V6 engine. Fully equipped, the Sorento won't cost much more than $30,000. You can get this Kia with a backup camera, GPS navigation, hill descent and ascent control, Bluetooth phone support, and a top-drawer Infinity audio system with iPod support. The top Sorento also has heated leather seats, 3 rows of seating, sunroof, and everything you ever wanted in a nice SUV. Honestly, the 2011 Kia Sorento compares favorably to the European brands, costing tens of thousands of dollars more. The driving experience in the Sorento will really challenge your impression of Kia. The cabin is deliciously quiet, allowing you to enjoy the Infinity stereo. The steering wheel is fully adjustable and telescoping. The controls are laid out well and large enough to use while driving. Taking the Sorento off-road at Mudfest, we found it to be a capable crossover for trails and hill climbing. The full-time all-wheel drive works nicely, and the locking center differential will take you anywhere you want to go. Hill climbing and descent control will make you look like a professional off-roader, even if you're not. The 175 horsepower 4-cylinder engine pulls strongly, but spends a lot of time in the higher end of its range. The Sorento with the 2.4-litre engine will deliver 21 miles per gallon in the city and 29 miles per gallon on the highway. If you want more power, Kia's 3.5-litre V6 brings 273 horsepower to the Sorento, and Kia says this drivetrain will get you 20 miles a gallon in the city and 26 miles a gallon on the highway. That's a great car, but this is also a great car competing in the Ride Show Mudfest this year. This is the Volvo XC60. You may have noticed it in the Twilight movies. Let's see how it copes on and off-road at Mudfest.
What makes the XC60 significant for Volvo, it is our first step into the premium crossover segment. It's instantly become the best-selling Volvo in our entire lineup. It's bracketed below it by the XC70, which is a wagon-based car, and then above it the XC90, which is a full 3-seat, 7-passenger vehicle. When you talk about safety, of course, you obviously think about Volvo. This car introduced a brand new technology called City Safety, and City Safety is a low-speed accident avoidance or mitigation system. It essentially measures the distance and the closing rate to a vehicle in front of you in a low-speed traffic situation. And if the driver doesn't brake or make any evasive action, the XC60 will actually bring itself to a stop on its own. When you talk about the interior of any Volvo, it is function, and within the last couple of years it's turned into beauty as well as function. What's great about this car is when you talk about the interior functionality, you are looking at a lot of high-tech features. This car behind me is fully loaded It comes in at about $47,000, and what you've got with that is you've got navigation screen, rear backup camera, parking sensors. It also has USB plug along with an auxiliary port. It will mate up with your Bluetooth phone. So it's got a full suite of luxury and convenient features for sure. There's no doubt that our cars come from a country where the weather is rough for sure, and there's a lot of back roads, there's a lot of rough pavement. Consequently, just about every Volvo coming off of our line, first off, is offered with all-wheel drive, whether it's standard or optional. With the R design, you're getting about 9 inches of clearance, full-time all-wheel drive, and a lot of room to hold all your stuff. So we think it's the perfect package.
Welcome back to the Ride Show and it's Mudfest, our testing of CUVs and SUVs in North America to see how capable they are. Now this is the 2011 Ford Edge. This vehicle looks very menacing on the road. Big updates for this year, not only on the outside but also on the inside. They're introducing My Ford Touch, which is the latest in connectivity for Ford. It simplifies your ways to get information inside the vehicle. We're going to test that, and we're going to test this vehicle off-road to see how it competes against other cars in its class.
This is an all-wheel drive CUV, which is right in the character of the Mudfest competition. This particular vehicle is brand new for 2011, receiving major updates. This particular version is the sport version of the Edge, so it has the new 3.7-liter V6, making about 305 horsepower. It has some exterior modifications which are new for 2011, quite a bit of internal modifications, upgrades to interior materials, fit and finish. The big story for this particular vehicle is the release of My Ford Touch, which is our new technology package.
The 2011 Ford Edge. We will have many more vehicles that are competing against this in Mudfest. We've got that when the show returns. Welcome back to lap 2 and second gear of the Ride Show. Now, one vehicle I've test drove over this year and got probably the most looks out of any vehicle is the Acura ZDX. It's a coupe, but also a CUV. Well, it looks great on-road. We're going to check out how it does off-road.
The Acura ZDX is a very unique vehicle. The purpose of the vehicle was to design something that was very different, that turned heads, and it does. From every journalist that has driven the car to staffers to customers that I've talked to, whenever they're in the vehicle driving down the road, people are turning their heads and giving the thumbs up sign. The Acura ZDX is a 4-door luxury sports coupe. It does combine the best attributes of both the sedan, the coupe, and the SUV, providing great performance, styling, utility, and it kind of brings all of the best together. Acura brought the ZDX to Mudfest because we feel that the ZDX does have great on-road capability, but surprisingly we feel it's going to do great in the off-road capability as well. It is built upon the MDX platform, so it is going to be able to handle what's out there. Of course, the vehicle isn't designed for heavy off-roading, but it'll get you where you need to go.
Hyundai have record sales in the United States, and they rolled out this at the end of last year. And it's the 2011 Hyundai Tucson. It's a small crossover vehicle that's doing big numbers in the United States. Hyundai has updated its Tucson crossover SUV with an all-new entry-level GL model equipped with a powerful yet fuel-efficient 2-liter 4-cylinder engine for the 2011 model year. This is part of a general movement by Hyundai to provide fuel-efficient 4-cylinder vehicles instead of thirsty V6 engines. Hyundai has been on a successful roll lately, posting profits and sales increases throughout the recent recession. The giant Korean automaker has claimed market share from the Japanese Big Three, Honda, Toyota and Nissan, and against the domestic markets as well. The Tucson is Hyundai's low-cost family CUV, but it's not light on features. You can get a completely modern crossover with standard features like air conditioning, cruise, leather trim, hands-free cell phone support, and state-of-the-art stability control system. The entry-level Tucson GL is equipped with a high-output 2-liter 4-cylinder engine that produces 165 horsepower and 146 pounds-foot of torque. Fuel economy estimates for the Tucson GL front-wheel drive are 23 miles a gallon in the city and 31 miles a gallon on the highway. The Tucson GLS and limited editions feature a 2.4-liter 4-cylinder engine rated at 176 horsepower and 168 pounds-foot of torque. In the green states such as California, the 2011 Tucson GLS and limited models are certified as partial zero-emission vehicles, which means that they are as clean as many hybrids. The Tucson GLS and Limited boasts an impressive 22 miles a gallon in the city and 31 miles a gallon highway fuel economy. But we're not satisfied with just driving our crossovers on the streets. We need to test them on the trails and over some obstacles. Hyundai gave the Tucson an advanced electronic all-wheel drive system, which will automatically activate under any driving conditions when needed, distributing the power equally and optimizing driving performance. Under normal driving, the system only distributes power to the front wheels, thereby reducing fuel consumption. The system includes a driver-selected all-wheel drive lock, allowing for a 50-50 torque split between the front and rear wheels for off-road and very slippery conditions. This made the Tucson a capable trail and off-road vehicle at our Mudfest testing session. The Hyundai Tucson GL starts at just $18,745 and the GLS starts at $21,845. The optional all-wheel drive package adds another $1,650, but the money also buys heated seats. If you want great fuel economy and a capable winter and off-road vehicle for a growing auto market, you need to check out the Hyundai Tucson. That's our look at the 2011 Tucson from Hyundai. When the Ride Show returns, more vehicles in the CUV and SUV class. Let's see how they perform. That and more when we return. Welcome back to the Ride Show and our Mudfest, the testing of some of the best off-road vehicles for 2011. Up next is the Jeep Grand Cherokee.
The biggest thing about the new 2011 Jeep Grand Cherokee is that it is the best vehicle that our company has ever produced. Not only is it the most luxurious and most capable Jeep Grand Cherokee, it also means a lot to our company. It's a Jeep first, so it needs to be very capable. That's part of the Jeep DNA. All of our Jeep vehicles are the most capable in their class, and that holds true for this new Grand Cherokee. It's got amazing four-wheel drive capability. We've got a new Select Terrain system, 3 new four-wheel drive systems, and a quadrilift system that will raise the vehicle up to almost 11 inches of ground clearance. And for the listeners, that's close to Jeep Wrangler Rubicon territory as far as ground clearance goes. We have gone to the extremes. It is trail rateable, which means it can get down the Rubicon Trail. So we've spent a lot of time with this vehicle fine-tuning the four-wheel drive systems on the Rubicon Trail. It's also been to Moab and really pushed to the extremes. And that's important because as a Jeep vehicle, it needs to be able to do all the extremes for 2 reasons. One, so our Jeep customers can dream about doing that, but most importantly, so that this vehicle is the best four-wheel drive in everyday conditions. So if a customer is driving in the rain, they know they've got a vehicle that is amazingly capable and safe in the rain. If it turns into a blizzard and they're driving through a foot of snow, they've got a four-wheel drive system that can manage the torque, put all the torque if possible to one wheel, and make the vehicle the safest 4x4 they can get. I think the best thing about the new Grand Cherokee is the way it stacks up and on-road manners combined with off-road. We've talked about how capable it is off-road, and that's just what needs to be with Jeep, but it's a no-compromise vehicle. This 2011 Grand Cherokee has got amazing on-road manners. It drives almost like a luxury car. When you get in it, there's premium materials, real leather, real wood. It's an amazing interior. It's got lots of technology, everything from a Mopar available Wi-Fi hotspot.
Well, that was a great vehicle, and this is another great vehicle that's been entered into Mudfest this year. It's the new Honda Crosstour. In the last couple of years, this has shown up on the roads of North America. Significant on-road and off-road capabilities, but the best part about this vehicle is its design allows you to get much more space in the back end. Underfloor compartments, reversible back platform area, and also the seats drop down with a pull of a handle. We talked to Chris Martin from Honda and found out exactly why this vehicle is a big competitor for them at Mudfest.
We have the Honda Accord Crosstour, and this is the EXL four-wheel drive with Navi. So this is the very top trim on the Honda Accord Crosstour. It's a vehicle that is designed to be Accord Sedan Plus. So takes the Accord Sedan platform, adds the utility of four-wheel drive capability, also adds in the cargo capacity of an additional storage area in the rear. So it kind of takes all of the luxury level features that you would find in a top-level Accord sedan and adds that utility and capability to that. Well, this vehicle is very, very unique because it's not designed really to be an SUV. It's designed to be a sedan plus. So I think it competes in a particular niche that maybe some of these other vehicles are not even really targeting. I think that for the customer who wants sedan level handling, on-road capability with light off-road capability and all-weather handling capability like in snow and rain and that sort of thing, this vehicle would probably be the tops in the category. Very, very similar to the Accord. In fact, this vehicle may have even slightly better ride on the freeway. The tuning of the suspension, tuning of the steering on this vehicle was designed to be a premium level even above Accord sedans. So this vehicle kind of takes over the flagship level within the Accord lineup, being the most luxurious, most sound insulation inside, that sort of thing. It really is a premium level vehicle within the lineup. This vehicle is the top trim, so it does come with a navigation system, and Honda navigation systems are renowned for being among the most intuitive, easy to use systems out there. Has full voice control that you can activate without taking your hands off the steering wheel. Additionally, this vehicle comes with a great sound system with a subwoofer, all the electronic goodies that you can think of, memory seats, so on and so forth, Bluetooth cell phone interface, all of the things that you would expect in maybe a luxury level vehicle, but within a Honda branded vehicle, so it's affordable and still a great value.
Well, that's the Honda Crosstour. When the ride show returns, we'll take a look at some vehicles who are competing in this year's Mudfest. Welcome back to the Ride Show and our test of SUVs and CUVs in North America. This is the Mitsubishi Outlander GT. Interesting car, gets a lot of its looks from the Evo. You've got great off-roading.
So we brought the Outlander GT, the Mitsubishi Outlander GT this year. The first thing you'll notice about it that's different is the front fascia. We've added the jet fighter grille from the Evo, so it officially joins that rally racing heritage now. It also is 10 more horsepower over last year, so from 220 to 230. And it's got a couple other treats as far as driving modes. You can put it in 3 different modes. You can 2-wheel drive, 4-wheel drive, and lock mode that allows you to sort of climb in sand dunes and mud and snow. It handles closer to our Evos, so great street driving. It handles magically. It's got a rear differential, so you're able to transfer power from the back wheels when you're cornering and things like that. So street driving, it's great. You kind of get that sporty feel, but it also can handle being out in elements, in the mud and in the sands. We've got a lot of goodies on the inside. They have softened the entire interior, so there's a leather soft touch all over the dash and on the doors, and it also has leather seats and they're heated. But the biggest update is the multimedia interface. It's called Fuse, and you've got your navigation and a Bluetooth connectivity so that you can stream your music through your phone or through your iTouch. You can also load all your music onto the hard drive as usual with the USB connectivity.
A good off-road vehicle, and this is the Land Rover LR4. This is another contender in this year's Mudfest, and we're going to end the show with taking a look at it. Of course, Land Rover, years of heritage. If you go to Africa, if you go to Asia, pretty much anywhere in the world, and it's inclement weather, very rough road conditions, this is the vehicle that you'll see leading the pack. We talked to Tim and found out why it was going to be king of Mudfest.
We have the 2011 LR4 here. It's a great competitor because we define the segment with this vehicle luxury-wise and off-road capability-wise. So we touch both ends of the segment and bring them together, really. And we do that with advanced technology, refinements to the vehicle, and features that we build in that the user doesn't even have to know are there. This vehicle is different from a Range Rover. One of the key features is the 7-passenger seating that allows us to seat 7 full-size adults. I actually fit in the back seat at 6'5", which is kind of unusual for a vehicle. It's a vehicle that is extremely capable. If you have a horse trailer and would like to pull your horses around, it'll do that. 7,700-pound towing capacity, yet with air suspension, on-road ride is unrivaled by any of the competitors. Pretty much anything you want off-road with this. We have the best fording depth in the industry, over 30 inches in water. We have the capabilities with terrain response that allows you to presuppose the vehicle to act very differently depending on what the needs are, whether it be sand or grass, gravel, and snow, or hill descent control. A lot of the features that we defined for the market. This vehicle is used more as a family vehicle than Range Rover is. Range Rover really is the premium end of the market. This one is a premium family vehicle that you would put your kids in and go to soccer, and then on the weekend take to the mountains and go skiing with the whole family. Gives you a lot of options. On the inside of the vehicle, what we've done with LR4 from LR3 is we've cleaned up the dash, really brought the premium level of the interior up in the vehicle. We've had it described as a family Range Rover, actually, as the terminology that those that get in the vehicle and touch it and feel it and see how it operates, that's the description. And we've reduced the number of buttons, at the same time giving it more features that are more intuitive. This vehicle does have the same features as the other vehicles with air suspension, with the terrain response capabilities where you can predispose the vehicle to different environments. So with all of that, with technology that Land Rover builds into it, this particular one in fact has center and rear locking differentials that lock automatically as needed with the vehicle, and really the most advanced traction control in the world. The people that are focusing on Land Rovers and that purchase our vehicles tend to be educated consumers. They tend to know and understand about the technologies and what those technologies can bring to them, both in security, safety, and comfort and longevity with the vehicles. This vehicle, we feel, again, defines this segment of the market.
So you've seen all the vehicles that we tested on and off-road for Mudfest 2010, and we have the final results of all the winners. Best off-road SUV goes to the 2011 Land Rover LR4. This vehicle got voted by the Northwest journalists as the best in that class. The best luxury SUV goes to the 2010 Land Rover Range Rover Sport Supercharged. This vehicle by far outstripped its competition. In the category of best family SUV, that award was taken by the 2010 Acura MDX. And best affordable SUV, the winner of that category is the 2011 Subaru Outback. When we tallied all the votes together for the 2010 Mudfest, the SUV of the year went to the 2010 Land Rover Range Rover Sport Supercharged. This is what journalists voted as their #1 choice. Well, thanks for watching The Ride Show. If you want to see these segments or any other of our show segments, you can catch them on our website, and that is therideshowtv.com. You can also catch us on YouTube. We have a MySpace page, a Facebook page, and we're always on Twitter. Thanks again for watching, and until next week, we have to say bon voyage, baby.